This is the only vehicle that exists in the world. There's no other in the world. This is the only vehicle in the world, and it is here in Zimbabwe by this young Zimbabwean. And he's so gifted, you won't believe it.
Well, I saw the YouTube promotion video that the president of Zimbabwe is involved in a new invention. That triggered us to get the tickets, go to Zimbabwe and check it out.
Like Foster Gumbo.
And that's exactly what we did. Yeah. So and then we found out that the invention was not really an invention, right? And we were not allowed to do any tests. We talked to the people that were there with the launch, and we found out that they already paid money for 4 years ago and never got supplied. 2 years ago, never got supplied. And one even a few months ago and did not get supplied.
Maxwell Chikumbutso, the famed inventor of endless energy, a car that drives forever, and a helicopter that flies forever, plus also a generator that generates non-fossil fuel and endless electricity, has turned out to be not the person that he is. And the group of investors who flew into Zimbabwe,
like the guys who came from Israel, we've got guys who came from Switzerland. These are
2025 are speaking with us today, soon after Maxwell Chikumbutso
some of them. They've bought my
come on video and announced that there are several buyers who have tested the pudding, they've tested these products. And I'm joined right now by Ian, joining me live from Netherlands. Ian.
Yes. Hello.
How are you doing? What's happening? I see you on the video at the safe launch, and you are there, you are attentive, you're watching,
correct,
together with a group of other foreigners.
Yes, correct.
Are you happy?
No, I'm not happy at all. We had a big
why would someone not be happy when we have the endless, a car that drives forever without fueling, a motorbike, a helicopter, a generator that's going to give us endless electricity? Come on.
Yeah, that would be the nicest and beautifulest thing that I would ever see in my life. And I would put all my work and efforts to promote this invention. We have a big group of people who are very influenced in the industry in the Netherlands, Germany, France, Poland. So they all would like and love to join this new technology. There's only one big but. They all trust me to do a good due diligence on the project, and I'm the guy who have to say it's real or fake. So that was my task to.
So you're like the spokesman here of this group of investors.
Correct. And I myself I'm very interested in new technologies. I love new technologies. And it's always nice to see young inventors doing new stuff. We also promote some new startups. We can discuss that some other time, or else we have to keep focused. But it was, you asked me if I'm happy. No, we are totally not happy. We visit the launch.
That doesn't seem to make sense to me, Ian.
Well, that's
because I see a lot of people are sharing this video, and a lot of Africans. This is a breakthrough. This should be something that everyone's celebrating, surely.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. So to of course we should be all happy with the new invention if it works, right? And this is the whole thing. We had a nice launch in Zimbabwe. We met a lot of people, which was good. Also some people from Europe who already were involved in this project for a long time, as also Maxwell Chikumbutso says in his video. His long partner, Mr. Emmanuel from Switzerland, who has like many years doing business with him. So I spoke to Emmanuel. He was also not happy at all. He invested a lot of money in this project and did not get one item supplied. So that's bad, very bad. You can imagine if you buy something, you want to get supplied, and not only Emmanuel put money, also South Africa put money and did not get supplied. So we have a list of people now who invested money in this project and did not get supplied. We were there in Zimbabwe to do some testing. So I brought my own multimeter to do some small tests, and we required to have a test drive with the car together with one of the friends from Israel who was visiting there with his wife. And we waited for Tuesday to have the drive. Then there was an excuse, it was Wednesday. Then another excuse came, it was Thursday. Then we were at Friday. And in the end, Maxwell left the country and we were waiting for nothing. So I'm not happy with that. So in the end, we went home without doing business, and that was not
good. Ian Gottner, this
yes.
doesn't seem to make sense. It doesn't seem to agree with logic that all the people who traveled from Europe, investors, some paid money. I'm counting here the invoices. I'm going to be uploading them here so we can see them on the screen. Over
Yes.
125,000 euros that was paid. And yet, you're telling me that you folks, after paying all this money, and there's so much excitement, the whole of Africa per se is lit up with excitement that all of a sudden Zimbabwe is going to produce endless electricity. You folks left Zimbabwe without testing a single product. That doesn't make sense, Ian.
Well,
can you explain to me how
yes.
on earth that happened? How
Okay.
practicable? Because when I'm looking at it, I wasn't there. I was just watching from the scenes from back here in Europe. And take me through.
Okay. So the first meeting we had during the launch, there was a new machine which was revealed for a 3 kilowatts free energy, which was in a glass box, and it was only blinking a light. So there was no test, no multimeter, no one who connected any appliances to this box. Then we were invited outside, where 2 cars, 2 bikes, and also 2 handheld stationary batteries were presented as self-charging. Nobody was allowed to open the cars. Afterwards, Mr. Maxwell Chikumbutso said, okay, maybe we should allow people to open the car, but nobody was allowed to touch, drive, or test anything. There was a big LCD screen in the garden. That was actually for me the most easiest one to check if it was real, but the remote control was forgotten by Maxwell.
The
He could
TV
not,
one, yeah,
he
the
could not
TV.
run it on the launch. He could not run it, so that was bad for us, and it was an opportunity that we missed out to do the checking. And afterwards, Israel. So Mr. Janif, he asked for a test drive on television, and Maxwell Chikumbutso promised him to grant him this test drive the next day. So on Tuesday morning, 10 o'clock, he would have a meeting. So directly, of course.
The Tuesday would have been the 11th, correct?
Yes, correct.
The 11th of February, yes.
Yes, so I directly spoke with Janif if he was okay for us to join him in his test drive, so we could also do some testing. Of course, was no problem, and he directly said, "Oh, no problem. You are happy. I'm happy for you to join with the test drive." And Tuesday morning, we kept contact by phone, of course, and Janif was not granted his test drive with the car, but it will be Wednesday morning. So Wednesday morning, the test drive still did not happen because there were so many people, inquiries that Maxwell could not deal with the test drive happening. So he was not granted this test drive on Wednesday, and Maxwell should arrange some media to join the test drive and to live stream the test drive that we would have gotten, or which we should do. So that was on Tuesday. It should start. Then Tuesday there was another excuse. We did not go for any test drive. And Friday we also put some extra power to the game, using the son of the president to get a test drive. And this was even that did not end up in getting a test drive, but it ended up that we were granted
Emerson Jr.
Yeah, Emerson Jr. So that the end result was that on Saturday we should have done this test drive. That on Saturday morning we got a call from Maxwell that he left the country. No test drive, nothing to test. I offered them to buy a bike, so to take to Holland. We just put it in the LCL container, which we have already arranged in Tanzania, so we can ship out. They didn't want to sell it to us, and it was one big disaster. So the whole setup to have this great invention, nobody wants to grant the technology. So even the people who are involved, who we talk to, and when we directly talk to the people, they say, if you want to do business with Maxwell, you have to be assured of yourselves to do the business. So with other words, be very careful what you do. You are responsible for your own testing of the technology. But we were not allowed to do any test at all.
I'm looking at these documents here once again, Ian.
Yes.
And just quickly, so this is an invoice here in front of us. That's an invoice from way back in 2020.
Correct.
And the date there that we see is 22 December 2020. Correct. That invoice on the document is for a green power off grid machine. And that is the machine that Maxwell Chikumbutso shows, am I correct, on his program with Foster Gamble, the American film producer?
Yes, this is the invoice for this machine.
Yes, and so this is 5 years ago. This is not 4 years, by the way. I made a mistake. That's 5 years ago.
Yes.
And I interviewed Maxwell Chikumbutso 2 years after this. So I've interviewed him in January 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And right. So have you seen this machine? And are you not happy? At least he delivered something. Because this is a real invoice. A real invoice, right? I hear your doubts about the products. You're saying the products here you have not been able to test, right? But here we are. I've got here on my screen here a real invoice that has been issued to a Swiss national, and this is one of your colleagues, one of your on your team. I'm trying to remove it off the screen so that we proceed with our discussion.
You
also
see some shipping costs, the shipping on the invoice.
Yes.
And this is very bad because this machine was never shipped.
So shouldn't we? Are you? Come on. Ian Gottman, you're not going to convince me. You're not going to convince me that surely after all this product was never shipped.
I'm 100% sure that this product is never shipped. And we can get the owner who made this payment of this invoice. We can get him in the show if you like. This is Mr. Emmanuel from Switzerland. Unfortunately, he speaks only French, so we have to.
Yes, no, I have been talking with him, but I'm just saying here to our African audience here who are lit up, who are excited. Maxwell Chikumbutso has invented endless electricity. He's invented a car that drives forever, a helicopter that flies forever, non-stop. So it could do rescue missions, perhaps even of people who are stranded, who have ships that have that maybe have gone adrift in the oceans. But quickly, here, they don't get it. Someone like you here, coming here, and you're telling us that 5 years later, this off-grid machine has not been delivered.
Correct. And it's not the only one which was not delivered. South Africa was not
Yep.
delivered. USA was not delivered. So we have scraped the invoices together. My friend Emmanuel, he has a list of people who paid money and never got any product at all. So I'm very sorry to smash the dream of free energy for Zimbabwe. Yeah. So I would love. I'm the one who would love to see this energy being real and being in the market and available for all people. That will be my dream. It's my dream. Yeah. What Maxwell is doing? He's abusing the belief of people. Yeah. So. We had a very nice launch of a product. First time in my life, we started a product launch with a prayer. I'm doing this for 25 years. Yes, I never had a presentation in my life where we started with a prayer. I even thought
What's
thank
wrong with pray? What's
the
wrong with us
preachers.
pray?
Nothing. No, it's good. It's nothing wrong. It's good. I like it. I love it. It's nice. It's binding the people together, and it's nice to have a belief. But the belief should not be abused. And this is what is really annoying in this game of Mr. Maxwell Chikumbutso. He is abusing faith and belief. And that's not good. That's really bad. Yeah, conning people for money is bad, but abusing faith and believe in God and believe in all nice things in the world, yeah, if you put that on the table, that you are the chosen one, which will bring us free energy to free the people, to free the country, and you are lying about that, then you have a big issue with yourself. You have to look in the mirror and you have to be ashamed of yourself. And that's what Maxwell is doing. He is making. I think he started a lie, and he cannot withdraw anymore. So he keeps on putting this lie on the table and making it bigger and bigger, and that's a problem because it does not work. We have been there. We have waited for a test drive. We were willing to do any test with our own appliances, and we were not allowed to do so. So I know for 100% sure that these machines will not work. If you are so scared to let anybody drive in the car, use the bike, or use the energy to charge your house. We just met. Yeah, I have a question about self-charging device that we had a presentation today. Do you have an idea what the cost price would be for a family to buy one of the machines?
I think I'm not the right person to answer as far as pricing is concerned, but one thing that I can tell you, our products are going to be cheaper because the whole drive inside is to liberate people. So we are not there to help people, but we are just there to liberate everyone so that you can be free from paying heavy bills in Europe. You can have a better, you can save a lot yourself. For example, I'm just giving you a figure out of my head. For a 5
That's enough evidence there that there are no products at all on sale today on the 10th of February 2025, contrary to what President Mnangagwa announced that they would be the
Leading
market.
broadcaster ZBC, and they're announcing that, look, this is an inventor who was poisoned for his invention, and all this. You're going to need, towards as we get to the end, as I'm going to ask you at the end, not now, to convince to try, if you can, the people, how on earth that is possible that yeah, you were in this situation. It sounds too much like a s- a fictitious script, don't you think so? A scripting of events that are just too good or too messy to be true in this case. And
Yes, I agree. It is almost it's almost unbelievable what happened, and that the president is involved, and the people, the team that got involved. And if you are inviting an international group of people, you have to be very, very sure that your invention is real, because there will be people with knowledge, and there will be people testing you on the machines. And if you don't have the right answers and you are not ready to give any tests at all, then it gets very suspicious. And then when we find out, talking to the people who are there, that money is being paid and there's never been supplied, that's bad. And when I offer to invest in this project, which we do, and we wanted to invest in Zimbabwe, they could not give us a figure what they needed. So that was another red flag. We have asked them, what do you need as an investment to get this product to be successful in Zimbabwe? And what can we do to get a product license for Europe? And they could not give us any figures on that.
right, quickly. So how many products did we see on there? I saw a car and a motorbike.
Two
And
cars.
the promise that was made by the president of Zimbabwe is that on the 10th of February, the products are going to go off the market. That is the launch, so they're going to be on the market. And in actual fact, by the 29th of January, the products were already on the market. So, how many were sold on the day when you were watching? Because surely people paid, right? You paid. How much? How much did you pay to enter that function?
$100.
$100. That's a lot of money still.
Yes, that's a lot of money
So yeah, considering there's so many other people, if 500 people paid $100, that's already
I had some issues to pay the $100 to only participate in this presentation, because we are bringing also the investment money, and we have to pay for the tickets and the hotel costs and all the costs around it. Then if you charge people to get to your lunch, is not very nice. But I can understand you don't want the whole world to come. It has to be serious business people who can spend $100 without crying, right? If it's correct or not, I can accept the idea of getting rid of all the people who want to have a free seat at the presentation. So that I understand. But it is also a red flag, on the other hand, that if you do a scam, a good one, you can put also some money to attend the launch.
Right. So quickly,
Yes.
when you said how many products were they?
So
how
we
many
had
cars? How many
two
cars? How many
cars.
motorbikes were sold?
There was nothing sold. Zero.
No.
Yes, zero. So they cannot sell because
it's this is going to be just
no, you cannot sell it.
too
You cannot
messy,
buy
too
it
messy to be
because
true.
no, they cannot sell it, and it's very easy. They cannot sell it because the moment they sell one piece, this whole fake thing will be busted.
Okay, so how many motorbikes did we see? How many motorbikes were there?
Two motorbikes. I wanted to. They said they already sold
and then
one
how many cars?
to
How many
Switzerland. Two cars, the white one and the gray one.
So how come you couldn't get one of them? How come you couldn't just grab it and just, because you know what? If I go to a car show right now, I could just outside here, just go to a car show. I don't. Yes. I would just take the keys and just drive off, because, and you know, and it's part of the whole culture. That is how people display products. They display products to test. If you're going to be displaying chocolate, you actually give free chocolate so people to test it. And it's exactly the same thing with these automobiles. So are you telling me that you sat
Nobody is
there
allowed to go.
after paying $100 US, you sat
Yes.
there and you failed to take a simple test drive even for 100 meters.
It's getting worse. Yanif, who was in the show on the video, was promised by Maxwell on a full stage on national television a test drive on Tuesday morning, which I fought for to get into the car together with him. I said, "Oh, Yanif, please, can I join you? Because you are now granted this test drive. I was already feeling that it's going to be hard to get." So I fought to get into the car, which was granted by everyone. They said, "Okay, Arjen, you can join." We were not allowed to do a test drive, even with a big promise on television, with all the people together. It did not happen. This is a proof of how Maxwell works. Yeah, he promised something, and behind the scenes, he cuts you off.
So, 2 products here.
Three products, four
Right?
products: car,
So,
bike, battery, and a new invention on the table, which was only flickering light for 3 kilowatts of free energy in the glass cube. So it's 5 products.
okay, so when I checked in the system, I noticed that in the whole country, that version of cars, there are only 6 in the country. The
Correct.
Kayuyi cars, the whole country. Okay? And Maxwell Chikumbutso has only got 2 of those 6. The other 4, 2 are owned by Econet Wireless, which is the mobile supply provider. Another one called Net One or Tel One owns the other 2. Excuse me, sorry. 2 are owned by the telecommunications companies, 1 each, and then the other 2 are by taxi companies. And so there are only 6 in the country of that version. So Maxwell doesn't up to now does not have any such products at all.
Correct.
So you're telling me what I saw in the system, in the database, in the computers, is that even in the whole country, there are no such cars at all.
Correct.
So that means that you were scammed. You were flown into Zimbabwe to see products.
I paid for the tickets. Yes.
Is that what you suggest?
Yes, we are scammed. Yes.
Quickly, we're about to end. I'm going to show you this. I looked into the system, and I've got some bad news, and I'm sorry that I'm going to tell you right now, is that what I found out, and I've also found out from Maxwell himself. I've confirmed this also with Maxwell's advisor, Farai Katsande. I've confirmed it with documents at the registry in the database of birth certificates and passports. There's no any human being called Maxwell Chikumbutso.
That's very bad. Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. The only person who is in the system is called Sangulani Chikumbutso. Bad news number 2, and please hold your breath. What I found out is that Sangulani Chikumbutso, the only product that is identified by him is a firearm that is unlicensed and that has been used, according to the police and the prosecutors, in armed robberies in the country. Sangulani Chikumbutso is actually out on bail at present. And Pastor Katsande, Farai Katsande, his advisor, provided me with a document that he claimed that Maxwell Chikumbutso has since been acquitted. I've also checked that document that he gave me. It's just a front sheet. I've checked it in the database at the registry at the High Court and found out that that document is fake, that Maxwell Chikumbutso is still officially out on bail, Sangulani Chikumbutso is still out on bail for armed robbery. Nothing to do with any invention, contrary to that video that Foster Gumbo produced, where he claimed that he was jailed for his inventions. If that were true, then the only invention could only be the unlicensed firearm that is on record, that he himself has confirmed that he owns this unlicensed firearm that was used to raid petrol stations. I'm sorry that this is this must be quite disappointing to you, but these are documents, but also corroborations that I've had that have been confirmed by Maxwell himself and by his technical advisor, Farai Katsande. And there are also records that are in the High Court's that you can easily check online in the database. But quickly, what would this mean then? That a whole president here participated in advertising a scam for you to fly all the way from Netherlands, your colleague to fly from Switzerland, another colleague from Israel, another one from South Africa, and all over, to come and witness products that don't even exist, and to be robbed by someone who is out on bail for armed robbery. And there's another record here that actually has got a reference number that he's a convicted fraudster, also on top of that. And now, what would this mean?
Yeah, so I don't want to put the president in a very bad position here. Yeah, so the president got notice of the project through some people I also know. He was very, like us, like all of us, very enthusiastic about the idea that there is a new invention to create energy. So I don't want to say the president has pre-notice and doing this for a fraud scamming for a few hundred or few $100,000. I don't believe that. To put his face on this project was a bad idea. That was a mistake. The president should have tested the products with his team, with his ministers first, to get a confirmation that this technology is real, and then he would have put his face on this project. That would have been the correct steps. Everybody make mistakes. Yeah, like we are only humans, so we all make mistakes. So I don't want to put the president in a position that we say he's pre-knowledge of fraud and just let it go. I don't say that. So what this means is that Mr. Chikumbutso has a very good developed way to con people.
Maxwell's been imprisoned and tortured to try to get his secrets.
They wanted to arrest him for changing physics.
Yeah, yes. Been imprisoned and tortured.
They wanted to arrest him for changing physics.
Yeah, yes. Been imprisoned and tortured.
They wanted to arrest him for changing physics.
Yeah, yes. Been imprisoned and tortured.
They wanted to arrest him for changing physics.
Yeah, yes.
And he is very convincing in what he says. But if you want to test what he says, you are not allowed. So this is the real fraud. Blah, blah. Yeah, if you want to have any proof, nothing there. If you want to do a test drive, you can't. If you want to put one of the machines in your house, you're not allowed. If you want to take your own measurement machines and do some testing, simple tests like 5 minutes, I'm not allowed. So he's covering up his steps, but this time he has put invoices into the market, get people that we know paid to him, did not supply, and for us it's very easy to prove this. We are here to stay. We can put the invoice, we can put the people who paid, we can put the payment, proof of payment into the system, and we can just, it's facts. Yeah, so no supply, no test, no proof. And I'm sorry to tell you that we are 100% sure that this is all a big fake.
Wow. Thank you very much. Quickly, I wanted to say that the president, however, actually said that he has been a part of the project since day one, that he himself put in 3 million. That's what he said on video. So the president also there seems to have a lot that he needs to explain, because he did say so. And so he's got a bit of explaining there to do. I will ask him soon after so that he can also and quite frankly, with documents now proving, also then participate in refunding all the complainants here on this matter. And lastly, bad news number 3. Is it number 3 or number 4 now? Is that in my background as the lead investigator for the Al Jazeera documentary called Gold Mafia, and this is a big investigation that took me 7 years to complete. I found out from my interviews with Maxwell that he is also the innovator of an idea to make one of the money launderers that I investigated, a prophet called Hubert Angel, become prime minister. He proposed that to the president at one time, and I briefly interviewed interviewed him over it recently, and that suggests another wing to this matter, that someone who is also connected to the president, who is currently on another separate investigation, was even proposed by Maxwell Chikumbutso to become the Prime Minister of Zimbabwe. But quickly, we're going to need to end. Now
Yes.
we're ending. What would be your last words to Maxwell Chikumbutso? And I think your last words also as you end to investors. So first speak to Maxwell directly, also speak to investors and the general inquiring community.
Okay. So first to Maxwell Chikumbutso, I really think you have to go to a mirror, look in the mirror, and stay in the mirror for a few minutes and see the person that you have become. And you should think of all the people that you are stealing money from, who put all the trust in the project, and now knowing that you are a big fraud. And I'm ashamed for my people who put money with you. So, for all the investors who are thinking to invest in this project, get a test run in the car, run it for 2 hours, and if the battery is still charging, do a test on the meters, and you will see it's fake. If it runs for 2 days, you can call me and I will invest in the project as well. But you will not be allowed to drive the car, test the car, or sit in the car even with anybody driving it. So be aware, don't put your money. If you have any questions, leave a comment behind and we will give you a reaction. If you want proof on invoicing, anything else, we'll do it in the program. Thank you very much for your attention and beware of scammers. Thank you.
No, I'm saying I agree with Foster. There is no product in the market because that's where the delinquency that he's talking about.
But after 9 years of waiting,
I'm still talking.
Yeah.
Simba, I'm still talking. So, and then I've also told you that I came to know that Max collected people prepaid for his products, which I then actually told Max, this is not right, you couldn't do this. Even some of the people, like Emmanuel, who paid, when I told them, why didn't you guys even take an initiative to consult with me that this is what you are going to do?
Emmanuel, I think he bought 2 machines for himself. Right now he bought a car. Right now he bought a motorbike, which he's taking with him. So it's all about the proof of the pudding. He tested it. That's why he came.
I could have advised you, So I'm on that. But what I'm trying to say is that
why didn't you say the same on my program?
No,
to the public? Why did you say the same to me? You're saying that you told Emmanuel, but and yet you didn't tell me. You know that myself, I publish to millions of people every day. And yet you didn't. You're not responsible to that effect to tell me that this is discredited. You want to make me believe that you genuinely told Emmanuel that Maxwell is discredited.
Oh no! You can no. I'm not. I didn't say I told Emmanuel that Maxwell discredited. I'm saying, Komasimba, please use the words I'm saying. For with all due respect.
Yeah, you said whatever it is that you're saying that you told Emmanuel. I'm saying you never said that to me. You never said it to the public when I brought you to the public there to alert people.
I haven't said it. I haven't said these things to the public. And what I'm saying, Mukuma Simba, is that you know the way you are saying it. It's as if I'm just like Emmanuel, but the only difference is I'm at a closer proximity.
How much did you pay?
You get what I'm saying?
You still haven't told me how much you paid. How much did you pay?
Well, I paid about 30,000.
You've got proof of that,
right? So
where do you stand as an investor or a victim?
No. I was paying to buy the machine. You understand?
If you did that, why if you did that, if you genuinely did that, no, what I'm saying is if you genuinely did that, why don't you have a heart for other victims?
Which heart?
Why don't you seem to have a concern?
Why do you? No. My concern is simple. I've clarified, and I'm saying this for the last time. Okay, my concern is I want to stretch this as far as I can to see how best I can redeem either my product.
Well, hear me. Munangagwa says he put 3 million. Okay, and Maxwell doesn't deny that.
Well,
let me finish. Munangagwa did that, but you know what Munangagwa did? When I challenged Munangagwa in public, do you know what he did? He deleted those posts. Those posts were deleted from the information ministry. When I challenged him over how fake Maxwell, he deleted them, even though he put in way more money than you.
Simba, don't you see that you are even implicating my life in trying to bring in a presidential discussion on me?
No. You said you put in 30,000. What is 30,000 compared to what Munangagwa put in? Munangagwa put in 3 million.
It doesn't matter.
No, but my point is, in terms of comparison, in terms of responsibility here, you have done nothing here to remove to alert the public. At least Munangagwa so far has deleted those posts from the Ministry of Information. What have you done as a man of the Bible?
So what posts do I have that I need to delete? Tell me the post.
No, I'm not talking about deleting. I'm talking about communicating. At least the deletion is a communication. You have communicated nothing. You keep saying hope. Munangagwa no longer has hope in this young man so far, or at least so far as is evident. What have you done to alert the public that Maxwell Chikumbutso is fake?
Okay. Simba, I will only say, I will say this. I will only say, I want to separate Max and the invention. I will only say the invention is fake after the further analysis and proofs that I want are done, and I have those results that the invention is fake. Then I'll say.
Okay, I'm going to. You know what? We've been waiting, Pastor Katsande. Here, we need to be simple here. You use the name Foster. Let me finish, please. You use the name Foster Gamble to market Maxwell Chikumbutso. You even advise. You are an official advisor of Maxwell Chikumbutso of Safe Technology yourself. So now you have used the name Foster Gamble, and you even referred to that video, to that test. Foster Gamble's test up to the date, up to 2021, and up to today, the 3rd of March, 2025. They reflect that Maxwell Chikumbutso is a seriously delinquent. You still repeat that he's an inventor. I've only got one thing here, because you know what? I've got a duty to the public. I don't target anyone. I am going straight for Emerson Munangagwa soon after this phone call. I'm going straight for him, and hold on here. And I am demanding accountability.
I've tried my best. We've spent 2 hours. Surely these are 2 hours. And we're dealing with human life here. We're dealing with people's pockets. These people, you don't know how much they earn in Europe because you think maybe perhaps they just flew to Zimbabwe because they've got money and they put in money because they've got. You just don't know how much, how not so easy it is to get 20,000, 24,000 in Europe. It's not easy. Europe is not the best of places in terms of money. There's possibly more money in Zimbabwe and other parts of Africa than there is in Europe. So it's not easy. You keep repeating this. You don't seem to understand that you have a responsibility. This is just about accountability here. We're dealing with money and people's lives here, and you're at risk of someone who has shown for 9 whole years to be downright dishonest. There's nothing here, and even Foster Gamble has discredited him. And his test did not end. Foster's test did not end in 2016. They are very clear. Up to now, he's making updates. Just this morning, he's made another update. If you go on his website, you will see it. It's very clear that Maxwell is a scammer. Let me go, Pastor, and we speak soon. I'm hoping that something can be done, but I am preparing my package to go straight up to demand accountability from Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa will have to address the public over this. One is now serious. This is money laundering, and this is potential financing also, money laundering and potential financing of terrorism here. Right? I think you can see the paperwork. It's too clear. Because where is this? What is Maxwell using that money for? Because the only product that Maxwell has is an unlicensed firearm, and he received 3 million from President Mnangagwa. You're saying you gave him 30,000, he got 120,000. So he told me from Almeida, right? I believe Genius Kadungure also gave him some money, and now these people that he has taken this money, scammed this group of buyers 125,000, right? Where is that money going? Where is that money going? When this man, the only product that we know that he has is not even a bicycle. He doesn't have. The only product here that he has been proven to have is an unlicensed firearm in several armed robbery charges on one man. So what I'm saying here, this is potential money laundering, stealing from the local public, right? Including you, unless if you're part of the scam, right? Stealing from the international public as well. People who watch on the internet, they watch these videos, they see a white filmmaker speaking with his California accent, right, and talking, and then they believe that there's some product here, and they fly over and they see the president as well announcing and even saying that he put in 3 million, and even saying that there's no other car that has been made in the world. This car has been made in Zimbabwe, and they fly to buy a car that was made in Zimbabwe. And this is all a scam, and there's no responsibility by you, Pastor, and who are the people behind this business, to tell these people that, look, this is a scam. Don't put your money. Tell them in the public. So where is the money going when we can see here the activities that have been proven in the courts of Zimbabwe? Maxwell Chikumbutso, real name Sangulani Chikumbutso, is identified by armed robberies. Right? Committed in Zimbabwe. Is this not financing of terrorism? Tell me. Is this not money laundering for financing of terrorism?
No, I'm a layman on that, in that language.
No, but it is money laundering. You agree. This is lying to people. This is lying to people that there's something here. People put in money, and people are told they're buying products, right? When that money is actually going for nefarious activities like armed robberies. So what I'm saying here, so the country, the rule of law, sorry?
I'm saying thank you, Ngomasiba.
The state of security, the security of our people in Harare, in Zimbabwe. Do you think that this is money that's coming from outside? Potential millions getting into Zimbabwe that could be used here to cause chaos. Because what would you do with over 200,000? Right? You could cause chaos. And make the status of security become worse than it is, and we call this person an inventor. Is this And this is money laundering. Like right now, this is money laundering. This is like terrorism here. The same charges that have been given on President Clan. Something almost similar. But this is even worse because this is money. This is money that has been swindled. Local and foreign investors, right? To someone who is out on bail, who's still out on bail for armed robberies and has been proven to possess a firearm. What are we causing? Is this not terrorism? And this is now, you are sat there, you're a pastor, you're sat there and you've not done anything even to clear the president of a country of such a serious charge, as such a serious crime.
How do you want me to clear the president?
We've been talking for over 2 hours right now, right? I've made it very clear to you what is needed here. People need to be told. It's the public. But people need to...
Thank you. I'll talk to you later, Mgoba Simba. Thank you so much.
No, but the public need to be told. They need to be told that this is a scam, so that no more money is taken in to give this person who is a suspect on armed robbery, someone who was arrested and charged and proven that he owns an unlicensed firearm. So they need to be warned. Don't give Sangulani Chikumbutso, don't give Maxwell Chikumbutso. He's a fake person. And even Foster Gamble, the American producer, has proven that Maxwell Chikumbutso is not. So what are you doing then? You are clearing the president. You're clearing everyone you're even clearing all those people, including yourself. But you don't seem to be alive to that idea. And so now, when the public are going to be reading this story, what do you want them to think? What else do you want them to think? Other than saying that you yourself, Pastor Farai Katsande, are also part of this financing of terrorism.
I cannot comment on that.
No, I'm saying, what else? What else do you want them? This is 2 hours. You've made no effort to try and protect the public from losing money.
Thanks, Mgoba Simba.
No, from losing money.
Bye for now. Thank you.
I will be going to Mnangagwa.
Why not make kungogadzirawo ruda drone inimi ramakagadzira imimi ende rinoshanda nemutoo wamataura uyu one rinoshanda neenergy kana kuti mota inoshanda alright, kana iri mota maybe you could say maparts ashona ari kunetsa, but bhasikoro zvaro like an electric bike, yeah, that works one or two that you could sell me, yeah, and you know there's so many products that are in Zimbabwe that are made without regulation. I think you agree. So many things, you know, from Zimbabwe, where people just rush kungorova without regulation.
I hear you, Mgoba Simba. I think let me try to fix that. I have heard what you have said, that things that we take lightly. I hear you. Let me correct that. Then
a microsonic energy device, it is the generator.
So where is the machine now?
We're talking of about 300 standard households,
like I'm
yeah,
saying,
that we can power with one machine.
So there's no oil.
Not on air.
So in 2016 you were powering 300 houses. How many are you now powering? Now that machine is not working. So wow, just explain to me the progression there.
We have never powered 300 houses.
He's very convincing in what he says. But if you want to test what he says, you are not allowed. So this is the real fraud. Blah, blah. Yeah, if you want to have any proof, nothing there. If you want to do a test drive, you can't. If you want to put one of the machines in your house, you're not allowed. If you want to take your own measurement machines and do some testing, simple test like 5 minutes, I'm not allowed. So he's covering up his steps, but this time he has put invoices into the market, get people that we know paid to him, did not supply, and for us it's very easy to prove this. We are here to stay. We can put the invoice, we can put the people who paid, we can put the payment, proof of payment into the system, and we can just, it's facts, yeah. So no supply, no test, no proof, and I'm sorry to tell you that we are 100% sure that this is all a big fake.